Kofi Kaba, that is actually one of the co-hosts. He said the public argument on social media right now says the president address are majority untrue. Well, I can't say that. I don't agree with that. I don't think majority is untrue. I would say that majority is actually true. There are some of them that is untrue. Like some of the numbers I don't agree with, or at least it is questionable. And I would advise anybody to, challenge it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that reject it, but go ahead and challenge it, meaning go fact check it. There are a lot of numbers that are giving on there. You can go fact check it if you don't believe it, because the president is not just coming and seeing things. He has his own team that they also are going and doing background check and getting these numbers. So when they get the numbers and they kind of give it to the president, when they give it to the president put it out there. So he has his own team, he has his own research team. If he puts some number that you have problem with, go and research it. Go and check it out. I have problem with some of the numbers that are there, and I say I will definitely check it out. And one of the main things that I have problem with, he said that since he became president, for the past 2 years, since February 2024 up until now, the government of Liberia has been able to create 70,000 jobs. And I'm saying that I want to see that. I mean, I can see it reflected. The government of Liberia have been able to create 70,000 jobs for 70,000 Liberians that were not employed, during the George Weah, administration. They are now employed. I want to see it. Where is that? Because all these BB companies that we have in the country, we're talking about Celometer, even they wanted the employing people that are about 3,000, 4,000 people will finish. But we're talking about 70,000 employment. That is employment on a larger scale, right? So these are things that are very, very important. I'm not saying that everything you say is true. No, there are things that I have problem with. I'm not saying also it's lie. I'm saying that I get problem with that 70,000. Again, I could be wrong. I'm just saying that if the government have been able to, how do you call it, create 70,000 jobs for the Liberian people, we should be able to see it or at least feel it some kind of way. So go do your research, because I will definitely do my research on that. True, I think majority, I think about even 80% of what he say are 100% unquestionable, 100% fact. About 20%, it can be questionable, it can be challenged. But again, it's not just vague challenges or empty criticism. When you're criticizing somebody or something, you have to have your own evidence. Anyway, Marwan Kaba is also one of my co-hosts. He says, this address is not bad, but most the achievements are far less of a greater impact. Well, yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. The achievements are far less. You can say, oh, we do no, but where is the impact? That's what I said earlier. A lot of these achievements are on paper. There are a lot of achievements, but most of the achievements still on paper. It has not yet come into actuality. Like people are not no impact yet on the people. And so again, it's almost like the fact that the president is still staying on some of these words, still preaching these same messages. It kind of still giving me hope. Literally, it's kind of still giving me hope that in the next 1 year or 2 years, we will see some of this progress actually coming into actualization. Because my main problem with any government in Liberia is job creation, meaning for the people, for the young people, the youth. And they are the future. If you can't create job for them, any government, any president coming to power, if you cannot create job for how they call it, young people, you have failed Liberia. That's what it is. So he's talking about, at least by the end of this year or by the end of next year, there should be about at least 200,000, job created for young people. And that will be a huge progress. I'm looking forward to see that, right? Yeah, Marwan have another comment here. Let's address it. He said creating new government entities that already have existing that are supposed to be tasked with said new policy is not just another burden on Liberia. It's not what do you mean? It's not just another burden in Liberia. I don't understand. But those new sectors or new entities that are being created, I don't think I have any problem with any of those entities that the president is creating. Like there are old sectors like the Ministry of Internal Affairs that have now been you know uh, uh, turned into the Ministry of Local Governance. local governance or local government, if I'm not making mistake, it's a good idea, 100%. There are a lot of things that are being changing. I mean, that have been changed, and a lot of new entities that are being created. And I think they are all serving a very, very good purpose, great purpose. As a matter of fact, I don't have any problem with it. We have a system of 1847. That's the system we have, and we need, not just any change, but we need improvement, right? The world is changing, and you have to change along with it, or you would definitely get left behind. And I think this is what the president is trying to do. Marwan have another comment, so let's get through into that before we can call it a day. He said these entities, like national tourism, is a waste when we have Ministry of Culture and Tourism market. Yeah, what I'm, Marwan, Ministry of Culture and Tourism being together, it does not make sense to me. You have even Ministry of Information, Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Tourism, all of them combined together in one. They are not supposed to be combined together. You go to any country, Ministry of Culture that is a whole ministry by itself. Ministry of Information is a whole ministry by itself. Ministry of Tourism is a whole ministry by itself. These are giant, giant, giant sectors that you cannot just combine all of them together. When you combine all of them together, it means that you really not get that much value for them. You're not really, putting effort into any of them. That's why you combine them together. I would like for you to go online right now. You go search for all the ministry in Ghana. You will see how many ministries Ghana get. You will see that Ministry of Culture is different from Ministry of Information and Ministry of Tourism. These are ministries that are supposed to be on their own because the sectors are too big. Ministry of Tourism is supposed to be one of the biggest ministry. Almost every country today, their number one source of income is tourism. You can put information ministry, culture ministry, and tourism ministry into one and call it one ministry. That means that you just putting less and less efforts in them. That's why. And the president is trying to break them away. At the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. Ministry of Culture is going to be one ministry. And Ministry of Information will be one. And Ministry of Tourism will be one. And tourism is going away. That culture is going to go away. Culture is going to go one side. And ISHOSP was in Liberia just now. The only thing they show him of Liberian culture, that dancing, and manager passing around, speaking English that the man can understand. The men were not able to get anything out of the Liberian culture. They start forcing, trying to put coat suit on the man. He has some. You move from in America, you come all the way in Africa, then they put a coat suit on you. They tell you, say the men that get coat suit in America, the Liberian culture, they're putting coat suit on somebody. Coat suit our culture. You see what I'm saying? The culture, the Liberian culture is not being, how to call it, it's not being displayed out there like the way it's supposed to. Literally. Yeah, Marwan said my point is separate culture and tourism from information, not add national tourism. Okay, my point is separate culture and tourism from information, not add national tourism. What do you mean, national? They're not adding anything. They said they finish. Tourism is not part of market. Tourism is. I don't think tourism Ministry of Tourism is going to be. I mean, market is not going to be market anymore. The T is not going to be there. With the Ministry of Tourism being established, tourism is not going to be part of market again. It's just going to be Ministry of Information and Culture. It's finished. And when that is, that means in a very short period of time, how do you call it? The C is also going to go. Culture is going to go very soon. On its own. That's how it's going to be. We have to invest in all those sectors. We have to put, and when I say invest, I'm not just talking about money, I'm talking about effort. I'm talking about effort. If you go to Facebook right now, I should speak Facebook page, you will see that all the countries that he went, he posted it there to say, I went to Ghana, I went to Ivory Coast, I went to Egypt. You will never see LeBron there. This is how you know that he was distasteful of the trip to Liberia. That is one clue. The other clue is all the places that HSP went. You see that he almost all his live stream on YouTube is at least 4 hours or 3 hours, 50 minutes or whatsoever. That's the least. But Liberia is about 2 hours. Like he cut that live stream so short. We had barely anything to show him. We had barely anything to show him. And the people that were leading that entire, stream that was representing Liberia, that girl with the wig, people praising you and say, yeah, they get try, man. You know, I always say, hey, Liberia, we like to give day wear trophy to people. They get try, man. They get try. They may come in to come expose the world to your country. You go and represent Liberia, that how you dressing. She just go take on one of her care. She just force it on. Hey, she say, I go in me, I should speak. If you know, just let you can find that girl more anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And people talking to Asher Speed, they may not even know what the people saying. Nobody there to even interpret. They begin saying, for me, Asher Speed. He said that begin telling me, say, you must F him, F me. He said, Asher Speed said, you understand what you're saying? He said, yeah, I understand what I'm saying. There is nobody there to translate. We had nothing to show the man. So the stream was cut into just, it was cut within 2 hours. The major ended the stream just like that. And that was it. Never ever speak of it again. Right? But again, all these things are great. Again, I love the speech. I had disagreement, in some places, so many places. But for the most part, I agree with a lot of it. I just feel like most of it, though, that I agree with, most of the one that I agree with, were unnecessary. They include so many unnecessary achievements in those speech. It should not be in the president's national speech, annual national speech. It shouldn't be in it. Like if you give scholarship to 36 people, why are you putting that one in the speech for? These are things that are necessary. It's not like, come on, man, we shouldn't be talking about these things. Marwan, let me read the last comment and end the live. He said, for Asher Speed, I would have rather had Loretta BCC be his guy. She has experience Liberia. She has experience Liberia nationally. Well, again, that is there now. It's not just about somebody. It's about also the dress code. You're supposed to go represent Liberia to actually be the biggest streamer in the world, and you dressing in some kind of trouser with some kind of blouse, and you get weave cap. Like you just looking at one lady that passing around in America, one of the black American sisters that just living on outside, literally outside in the street. There is nothing Liberian about anything that girl was wearing. And like it was crazy. That's why the man ended the stream so quickly. So quickly, and I'm still on there because the stream was not going nowhere. There was nothing interesting. But anyway, it is what it is. That is the president's speech. Again, the person that is writing the speech for the president, that's my last advice. The person that is writing the speech for the president, that person need to change his style of writing, or he has to be changed. Somebody need to put words in the president's ear, man. Nobody listening to you to go speak for 2 hours. Nobody listening to you to speak for 2 hours. Why are you speaking for 2 hours for? Summarize your achievement. You want to talk about things that you have achieved and things that you want to achieve. Summarize it. You want to talk about, oh, we do the other one here, we open some of here, we help 36 people when they were sick, they almost died. You want to include that one in the president's speech? And you know how slow of a speech, a speaker the president is. So that 2 hour speech, forget it, going 4 hours. Ain't nobody going to listen to that one. You sitting down, the president giving a speech at the 5:15. When you look at your phone, ain't nobody coming wait here for 4 hours. One person just talking. Even it is the most beautiful thing they talking, said people get tired of it. Is it too much of anything that nonsense? You have to change your writing style, bro. Try to summarize these things. That not every little thing the president did for the past 1 year that you have to include everything in the main speech. It makes absolutely no sense.